G'day, g'day, how are we all going? This is Ben from Gluten Free Brewing. I thought I'd show you a quick little video on the dehydrator I built a little while ago. Alright, cheers. As you can see, on a day like today, we're not doing too much drying, but you'll find that it's pretty efficient even so with this weather that we're having. We'll drag it in here. I'll open it up and we'll have a look. This is a little look at all the moisture that's built up on the underside of the glass screen. So a fair bit of water, even though it's raining, has come up out of the grain. Alright, so here it is all opened up. That's all the water there sitting on the top of the glass. I'll give it a quick little wipe down with the towel here, get all that off. But anyway, here's the malted rice. This is another batch I've done since recording the malting rice videos. As you see, I suppose it's hard to see on camera, but it's pretty dry. Even though it's been raining heaps, it's dried out heaps. When I first made it, I used to get freaked out. Or when I was first using it, I used to get freaked out by all this water sitting on the lid. But what I'll show you is over the next day or two is that as the moisture comes out of the grain, of course it's going to evaporate, hit this glass screen and then sort of pool there and drip back in, sort of a continual sort of cycle. What I did was I drilled these holes here on either end, as you can see. They were an afterthought on these holes that I drilled down. These were the ones I originally started out with, these two down here. But what I thought is as the convection from the heat being created within the dehydrator would cause air to draw in through them bottom holes, and then it had nowhere to go, so I drilled these holes at the top here so that the air could come out, so we'd create a little bit of an airflow in there and up, and then hopefully any moisture with that airflow would be drawn out through them two vent holes there. So far I've used this to dehydrate all my maltings that I've done for over a year so far. It's worked flawlessly, especially with a bit of sunshine. It works a lot better, but even on a rainy day like today, I suppose in hindsight on that video that I did, I should have probably just chucked it in here and you know, dealt with what was to come. Going on this, it's pretty dry, so yeah. So this is all made out of what's it, 9mm, just standard old ply, and this is just hardwood bloody sleeper that I've cut some grooves into house the ply inserts. And this here is a pull panel that I found on online for free. This dude was getting rid of 3 of them, so I just chose this one, the one with the hinges on it. And as you see, I have just bolted it down onto some bit of hardwood on the outside here, and that then hinges on that point, and when I close it, it forms pretty heavy as you go down, but there, as you see, it forms a pretty good seal along there, which is important. As you see, I've put fly screen as well on these holes. That will stop any flies and fermentation fly, which is the big issue that I have here. I get lots of ferm flies that like to hang around the beer taps and the fermenter, especially in the summer months, and then they'll make their way in here, and then they'll do their thing, and you know, next thing you know, the malt's gotten rancid because they've gone in there and ruined the batch for you. Oiled it all with vegetable oil, good old veggie oil. Yeah, just from the shop. It's pretty mouldy. Everything's mouldy, but yeah, that way it's all food grade, and doesn't matter if the rice comes in contact with it. It's not going to be harmful or anything like that. Yeah, And then, just got to make sure we get the trusty bucket underneath to house the lid. It's all on wheels as well, so what I do is I usually dump the malt in here, and then I'll wheel it out there into the sun, and then the sun does its thing. So yeah, that always helps, and also it doubles up as a bit of a coffee table if you want, which I think is pretty good. Yeah, and the other thing, these are little fly screen. See if I can put you on a different angle. All right, so yep, we got these little what they're like little panels with fly screen underneath, and with just like a little grabber so we can move them in and out. That helps for when I want to ditch the grain into the bucket when this malting process is all done and dusted. I mean this drying process. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to know the specifications or how I went about building the dehydrator, you can all check it out online. It's on the Brewers Friend forum under probably the DIY style other hobbies thread on there. If not, I'll try to find it and link it in on this video. Yeah, this was what I settled on to dry the malt, instead of using a fan and then sticking these on like a series of racks in a box. That's also an option. Then you just stick like a bathroom extraction fan on the top of it and then draw the air up through it. And some guys put in like a hot plate or something that's controlling a temperature at the bottom, and that dries out the air and heats up the airflow that's coming through the grain. But yeah, this is sort of free drying, I find. That way it's not making this hobby any more expensive than it has to be. So, you know, the sun is always going to shine eventually. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea to use sort of like renewable energy when it comes to, you know, trying to make it as more efficient as you can, then you can save on costs. Anyway, I hope you liked it. Yeah, if you want to, if you're thinking about doing something like this, making a hydrator, it's also good for drying out fruit and vegetables. I've dried out some ginger in here and some turmeric, and I've tried some tomatoes, but they got a little bit too scorched. Maybe it was the time of year that I did it. But yeah, you can dry other things. I dry out the eggshells to crush up to give back to the chooks and stuff. So yeah, it's a handy little piece of equipment to have around, especially if you're a home gardener or something like that. It sure helps. Anyway, that'll do. Thank you for watching. Cheers, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Alrighty, before we go, I just thought I might tell you, all up, time spent on this is less than an hour from doing all your little bits and pieces in between soaking, germinating and malting it. So don't be daunted by this at all. Bye.